Hey, what's up, team? First Team Defense here, and we've got another great Tuesday tip coming at you. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey, what's up, team? Bill Watkins here with First Team Defense, and we're going to go over this week's Tuesday tip, and we're going to go over grip. Now, we've kind of talked about it a few times before and stuff, and showed you how to get a proper grip on the weapon and everything, but I'm hoping to recreate a situation that most people run into out here on the range when they're not properly gripping a weapon. And that's what we call type 1 malfunction, whether it's a double feed or whether it's a stovepipe. We're going to try and recreate that just to show you when you are limp-wristed, when you're not holding the weapon very well, what actually can happen to it. You know, it's all about control. You run the gun doesn't run you. So we're going to go ahead and do a couple demonstrations here, and we're just going to be using regular target ammo. We're out here on our range out here in beautiful Preston County, West Virginia. So let's get to it. All right, so I've got a hold of my pistol now, and I've got my grip and everything, and we're in a high ready position, as we call it out here on the range. And we'll, you know, if you're in one of our classes, we'll tell you to push out, especially if it's a beginner's class, you're going to push out. We're going to tell you to touch and press the trigger. So at this point in time, we're going to push out. We're not going to hold it correctly intentionally. So, you know, don't be coming at me in the comments down there. You got your finger here, you got your thumb there. We're doing this on purpose because we're showing you that you need to properly hold and maintain pressure on the weapon. So we'll tell them to push out, and we're not going to keep a real good grip on it right now. We're just going to hold it enough to where it stays in place, doesn't come back and smack me in the face anymore. And we're going to touch our trigger. We're going to come out and see if we can get it to malfunction here. Well, that one kind of worked okay. We need to take our finger back off the trigger, come back up here. So let's try it if we drop our hand down just a little bit and don't have too much hand on here. See if we can recreate this. And there you go. There you have it. Okay. We had proper grip and everything there the first time. We were just a little bit loose, but now we've got this jammed up in here. Now, is that a double feed? Kind of looks like it. Looks like try to get two of them in there at one time. You know, what are we going to be able to do to fix that? Well, if you go back and look at our videos, we've told you do a tap, rack, and roll. So we'll see if that fixes the problem first. We'll come in. I always like to start rolling it. You want to make sure that the ejection port's pointed down at the ground, so that way gravity helps pull that empty casing or messed up piece of brass, whatever, out of there through that ejection port down to the ground. So we're going to come back, we're going to tilt it, tap our magazine, make sure it's seated correctly. Then we're going to use our little grip in our choo-choo tunnel, come over, grab a hold of our slide. We're going to rack it, and that fixed it. We got lucky that time, okay? So it was just a piece of brass stuffed in there. Well, now do we have another round in there? We don't know. Two ways on a Glock especially that you can check is right here on the side. If this was perforated and sticking out, this little piece right here, you'll be able to run your finger over, and if you can feel it, that means that there's a round chambered in there, okay? That's a chamber indicator on there. The other way to do it is we want to open it up and do what we call a press check. So I'm going to grab a hold, making sure I keep everything pointed in a safe direction downrange. I'm going to pull back a little bit, and I can see that brass in there. That's a press check. That lets me know that there is something in there. Now, I'm not going to do it, but I see so many people will grab a hold of the front of the slide up here and go to try and do a press check that way. Well, you're committing one of the sins of the 4 universal safety rules. You're muzzling yourself. And if there is a live round in there and you do happen to shoot it off, it's going to end up taking your finger, your hand, something like that out of there. All right, so as we were just showing you there, we showed the type malfunction when you're not holding onto the gun properly. Make sure that you've got a good grip. That's also going to affect the aim and where you hit your target at. Okay, so number one, we don't want to miss because, as we've said before in previous videos, you're responsible. There's a lawyer attached to that bullet until it comes to a complete rest. the other thing about it is we don't want that type of malfunction if we don't want to have it, period, basically is what I'm trying to say, because that's going to take time for me to do my tap, rack, and roll. And in the middle of a gunfight, we don't want to be worried about that. What if that would have been a double feed? I'd have had to strip that magazine out of there and then rack the slide also, because that's the only way you're going to clear that on that double feed on there. That would have took time. That's going to get us hurt in a self-defense situation. So I hope this explains everything a little bit better. All right, so we hope you got something out of that video. And if you did, make sure you share it and don't forget to like it. Subscribe to our Facebook channel, YouTube, and Rumble so we can get more education out there. And if you're looking for classes or you want to take a class, visit www.firstteamdefense.com, and we've got a complete list of schedules of classes, dates, and times on there. So until next time, be safe, be vigilant, and always watch your six.